What is up, hooligans? Happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. Appreciate all of you guys being here. If you have a like button, please hit that like button. More likes, more hooligans. Alright, starting off with technical problems. I've already had to shut down the live and start it back up 3 times, and my voice still sounds like shit. Today's gonna be one of those days. I can already tell. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, then check on the chat, make sure everything is running smoothly, or just running at all would be nice today. Then we will go ahead and get her started. What's up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com? Oh, what's going on over here? Okay. What's up, Annette? What's up, Hair Juicer? What's up, Sam? What's up, Matt? What's up, Donna Sparks? What's up, Nefties? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being here. What's up, everyone, over on Rumble? Let me grab this link and throw it to everybody over on GoofTube. Astro Hammer, you were first today. I almost said one. You were one today because I was reading your comment. You were number 1, Astro Hammer. Appreciate you being here. What's up, Snooks? What's up, Pumpkin? Happy freedom. What's up, MU? What's up, Let's Go, Brandon? Why do I got this set up like this? What's up, Faded? Sam, you're omnipresent. I appreciate you. What's up, Disco? What's up, Kevin? What's up, Lifelike? What's up, Nana? Happy freedom. What's up, everyone over on Odyssey? Faded, omnipresent, just like how I like it. That's what she said. Appreciate all of you guys being over here on Odyssey. What's up, everyone over on D Live? What's up, Dixie? Happy freedom. What's up, everyone over on Kick? What's up, Garlic Press? Happy Freedom Thursday. Appreciate you being here. What's up, everyone over on Twitch? Is this from today? Oh, it is. Matt, you were first over on Twitch. What's up, Red Wagon? What's up, Soul For Real? What's up, Grey Wolf? What's up, Geezer Man? Happy freedom. I took some Diablo and some honey before the live, and I think I've already worn through it just screaming at my computer. Fada, you were first over here on GoofTube. Let me drop this link really quick. Eventually, they won't let me drop this Rumble link on YouTube anymore. It'll be censored pretty soon, I'm pretty sure. They keep talking about banning links on YouTube. Oh well. Oh well. What's up, Gregory? What's up, Toy Mafia? What's up, Sam? What's up, Blue Crow? What's up, Two Feathers? What's up, Adrian? What's up, Ohio Kyle? What's up? What is up, Elisa? What's up, Patriot Roy? What's up, Anthony? What's up, BPC? Happy freedom. What's up, Yukon Man? Appreciate all of you hooligans being here. Please get those likes up. Let me check on Rumble. Come on, hooligans. We got to get those likes up on Rumble. We could actually get on the front page. We're not getting on the front page of shit over on YouTube because they hate us over there. But that's all right. That's all right. Anyways, I did things ass backwards. I'm telling you, I'm not feeling great. Anyways, we're going to be starting off with a video titled, "Where is Letitia James getting these numbers from?" Just talking about Trump's court case and all of that stuff. They're calling for a mistrial and whatnot. This stuff is so corrupt over there. They're this guy, I can't think of his name. I think it's Carl, maybe, the guy from Newsmax that we keep pulling up. They look into the numbers Letitia James is saying because they're trying to lowball Trump's numbers, right? The whole point of him going to court is because they're saying he inflated the numbers of estimations of value for his property or properties and all this stuff. And so they do some comparison work here to show how ridiculous her numbers are when she goes on TV and makes these ridiculous, I almost said a different R word, ridiculous estimates on TV in front of everybody, just trying to drag Trump through the mud. That's what they do. Then we have a video titled, I started with middle fingers out. It's Kid Rock on Sean Hannity talking about how he cannot be canceled because he's never taken brand deals or anything like that because he's always been too spicy for commercialism. Tis what it is. It's always good to be bulletproof from being canceled with as soft and stupid as people are out in the world right now, especially people that run the social media companies and all of that. Then we have a video titled 6 police officers injured in anti-Israel rally erupts near DNC. I don't know what the DNC is, but I guess it's in Washington. Then we have a video titled protests fights outside of APEC events in San Francisco. Both of that stuff is really interesting. I had a lot of people tagging me yesterday asking me why I'm not live. There's riots in the street. There's fires outside, blah, blah, blah. People don't go live anymore. And I don't know why. They're starting to show adult content on Facebook, so I don't know why people don't go live over there anymore. That's where the protesters used to go live. There was no lives on Facebook. There was no lives on Twitch. There was no lives on YouTube. There was no lives on TikTok. Those protest videos, the videos of people fighting in the streets of San Francisco, none of that stuff was live. None of it. I mean, at one point in time of the day, it was actually happening, but there was no lives for it. And I think it's crazy you can get 1,000 people in the streets and not one person pulled their phone out and went live. Like, that's weird to me. I don't know what's changed between 2020 and now, but nobody is running live streams. And when they do, it's only on TikTok. So then we're only getting the video right up the middle. And I haven't been really eager to show that stuff. I mean, the protests haven't been on fire enough for me to be willing to show that kind of down the middle portrait view kind of live stream. But none of that stuff that happened yesterday was on a live stream. So I wasn't able to cover it, and there was all kinds of people disappointed in me, like I'm some dumb bastard. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that San Francisco is too far away for me to get out in the street and go record that shit myself. Those people need to start pulling their phones out and going live. That's what needs to happen. Anyways, we'll be wrapping things up with a video titled, Is The Rock Running for President? Well, I hope not. I hope not, because I think The Rock is a giant piece of shit. I don't think he's anything special at all. I know there's a lot of people like The Rock and all of that. I used to watch The Rock do his thing back when WWE was WWF. But ever since he got out and started making movies and stuff, I don't know. I ain't got nothing positive to say about him. He's lame. He's lame sauce. Anyways, Matt DNC office is the Dems headquarters. They're eating their own. That's what they do. They eat their own. Any chance, as soon as things get boring, they start eating each other. Let's see. Girth, I was called a new racist name the other day. Interesting. Interesting. You could probably get away with saying it in the chat. I probably won't be able to say it out loud. Not while YouTube is watching, but it is what it is. Garlic Press, Democratic National Committee, the DNC. Oh, thank you for letting me know. Biden calls Z a dictator after selling out to him. Old man Walter's an idiot. He's an idiot. I was seeing those videos. I couldn't figure out the context, which is why we didn't add it to the schedule, but I've seen a lot of videos where Blinken, I think his name is standing, or he's sitting right next to old man Walter, and he looks like he's gonna cry. Like he has all the body language of a person that's about to break down and start sobbing. And old man Walter's just, sitting there like he doesn't know what's going on at the dinner table. So I don't know what the context of that, but Blinken seems like he's watching the ship sink and he's assisting the captain as it goes down. That's what it looks like. So I don't know. When I find more context about it, we'll add that to the live. But for now, we're going to be starting off with this first video titled, Where's Letitia James Getting These Numbers From? Before we get started, I want to remind you guys, go and pick up some 2A shirts. Let people know you're not forfeiting your firearms no matter what. We got t-shirts. I can't remember if we got long sleeve shirts or not. We got t-shirts, tank tops, zipper hoodies, pullover hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs, all kinds of stuff. I will drop the link in the chat so you guys can check it out. If this statement's a little too bold for you, can't go wrong with Screaming Goat. Everybody loves Screaming Goat. So definitely go check that stuff out. Like I said, I will drop the link in the chat while we're watching this first video. Let's get it started.
For the reasons set forth below, it is my opinion, to a reasonable degree of legal certainty, that the judicial conduct of Justice Engoron and his law clerk in this action has violated the Code of Judicial Conduct. Okay? Well, why does his opinion matter? Well, Mr. Demarest was elected to the Supreme Court of the New York for the 4th Judicial District, actually serving as the longest member of the bench in the history of the county court. He now practices as a mediator in civil litigation, so I say he's pretty qualified to weigh in on this. First off, aside from the ridiculous fact that this entire case has no victim, yes, we've talked about this before, no one has been harmed here. Banks willingly entered into these loans and transactions with the Trump organization. You can knock Trump for overvaluing his properties all you want, but all of these banks did their own appraisals, then loaned the money to his companies. Trump then paid them back with interest, never missed a payment, and everyone was happy. Banks are some of the greediest sharks across any industry, folks. You don't think for 5 seconds that if Trump owed them any money whatsoever, they wouldn't have filed their own motions to get repaid? But they didn't, because they were never harmed. This entire case is built on Letitia James's opinion of who was defrauded and for how much. And I don't know if she's pulling numbers out of her hat, but these are starkly different numbers from Trump's and the banks and even Forbes. For instance, in 2016, the year Trump was elected to president, Forbes cited his net worth at $4.5 billion, and they notoriously estimate low on all things. Letitia James, according to her filed estimates, under penalty of perjury, by the way, put his net worth at just $1.6 billion. That's a pretty big difference. Consider this is the same woman who valued the 20-acre, 62,000 square foot Mar-a-Lago property at $18 million. When just down the street at 137 Woodbridge Road, a half-acre plot with 9,200 square feet house went for half that, $9.25 million. So a half-acre, 9,000 square foot property, a block away, sold for half of what Mar-a-Lago, according to Letitia James, is valued at. I'd say her estimates are knowingly false, not even probably false. Nevertheless, this case was brought, and it was brought to the most partisan judge Letitia James could find. And the Trump legal team is not even making the motion to dismiss based on the fact that it shouldn't be in front of Engoron in the first place. If this case were to be tried like every other case of its nature, it would have been tried in a property court. Trump's team actually tried to have it moved there, but it was denied by Engoron. Why? Well, because if I was a betting man, I'd say that Letitia James didn't want it there. And now, as it has become increasingly apparent that not only Judge Engoron, but also his law clerk, Allison Greenfield, has given what I consider beyond the perception of impropriety. And this is one of the bigger concerns with the trial in its entirety, given the judicial standard that is, quote, a judge shall be faithful to the law and shall not be swayed by partisan interest, public clamor, or fear of criticism. Now, aside from the judge already conceding that Trump was guilty before the trial even happened, not only is his staff seemingly guilty of violence, but the Judge Engoron is too. Posting in his private capacity in the Wheatley School Alumni Association newsletter his open condemnation and disparaging comments about Donald Trump, his children, even his attorney Alina Habba. Sharing a litany of editorial articles with accusations, insults lobbied at the defendants that he is currently presiding over. Oh, but it gets worse. Turns out his law clerk also runs contrary to that judicial standard.
There's always balancing of factors that you use when you're deciding any particular legal issue. You're looking at precedent, you're looking at the parties, you're looking at the unique facts of the case. But also in that balancing of factors, one thing that I think is incredibly important to consider, what would the people who elected me want me to do? And is there any precedent or is there any distinguishing factors in precedent that would allow me to achieve that outcome? Because at the end of the day, I'm here to serve the constituents. I'm here to create justice for the constituents and the citizens of the 2nd District.
No, that's not how it works, lady. Further, the judicial standard is for the presiding judge also to ensure that there is none, like zero, absolutely no appearance of impropriety whatsoever. His clerk's conduct clearly doesn't clear that bar.
Yeah, they're all corrupt. I think it's interesting that they didn't bring up that his wife is on Twitter posting anti-Trump nonsense. memes and gifs and all this stuff talking bad about Trump. How come they don't bring that up? Like, obviously the court is biased. Like, the court is biased. This whole case should be thrown out. They're filing for a mistrial. We'll see if it goes through or not. I think it's interesting that they even put all this work into it when up front the judge has already sentenced him, saying he's guilty. He was guilty as soon as he walked in the courtroom. Like, how is that not alone mistrial material? You're just guilty because the judge says so. Just before you even present any evidence or anything, you're already pronounced guilty. Like, how is that justice? It's nonsense. It's nonsense. We're going to read through the chat really quick before Sean Hannity saying he cannot be canceled. We're going to cover that in just a second. Here, Juicer, my daughter got her learner's permit yesterday. Watch out, one more woman on the road. Well, I hope she stays safe out there. It's a dangerous world out there. It's a dangerous world. Here, Matt, just tell her to be safe. Take her time. My 16-year-old took a corner too fast Tuesday night, flipped his car into a field. He's okay, but the car is totaled. I'm sorry to hear that, Matt. I'm glad he's all right. I'm glad he's all right. The only thing killing more Americans than car accidents is fentanyl right now. Cars are dangerous. I don't know. I hate going out. I'm glad I got full coverage right now. It's the first time probably ever that I felt a little bit okay driving down the road. I try to be the best driver I can be. I drive slow. I mean, I do the speed limit, but I come to like complete stops. I use my blinkers. I do everything the way I'm supposed to be doing it, by the book, just in case I get pulled over and they want to scream taser, taser in my ear. I want to know that I was in the right, and so I drive the way I'm supposed to, but nobody else on the road seems to do that, and I don't know if that's just a Michigan thing or what. I get passed on the shoulder of the road probably more than any other traffic infraction. And that's a weird feeling, to have people come up on the right side and pass you through like the gravel and stuff like that because they're in a big stupid truck and they're too busy getting head from their sister, and you know they don't know what they're supposed to be doing, so they're just winging it. I mean, I don't know. There's a reason it's illegal to shoot the pistol out of the window, but anyways, I hate the way people drive, and it scares me to know that there's teenagers out there driving and stuff. One, they drive like shit, and two, so is the rest of the world, and that equals a dangerous situation. Big time. Holy Matt, that is a crazy picture. That is wild. That is wild. I'm glad he's all right. Let's see, we're gonna read through. What's up, Raja? Happy freedom. Rumble, yeah, I wasn't sure if Rumble had a Roku app or not. I guess it does. So the race, I don't know if I can say that or not, Gert. That's a clever one. I don't know if we can get away with saying that. I like it. I like it. I can't believe that's the racist term you got hit with. Wow. I'm not sure if I could say it. I want to say it. I want to say it a lot. That's interesting. So it starts with snow. And then there's a space and a slash and an invisible line you're not supposed to cross. And then there's roach. And you put that together and it's clever. That is quite clever. I'm going to call my cat that from now on. I just, he doesn't have any rights, so it's fine. I can hit him with that phrase. He'll be fine. My goodness, that's a funny one. Snow roach privilege, astral hammer. That's a good one. You got to have some real hate in your heart to come up with some phrases like that. I want to keep saying it. I'm going to push the envelope though, so I need to just chill out. That is funny, Girth. Thank you for sharing that with us. Like, we were talking about that a few days ago. It's funny when phrases like that come up and it's supposed to, like, I don't know, hurt our feelings or whatever because we're a little light complected. I think it's funny. I think it's really funny. And when people have that hate in their heart and they're using phrases like that to hurt you, and then you laugh at them because you think it's funny, that burns them down. Inside they are falling to pieces, and you gotta just laugh at that stuff. I mean, it's hard to get mad at a phrase like that. It's like someone would be like, you silly poopy face. You're like, oh, I'm so offended by the racism. Like, calm down. Calm down. Stupid words. That is funny. Reading through. I could tell my eyes are getting worse because I'm leaning forward into the chat. Girth, Michigan people drive like maniacs. I'm not sure why that is. I don't know if it's because we experience like 7 or 8 months of a winter wasteland every year, or if it's because our potholes are big enough to smuggle children in. Like, I'm not sure what it is that caused people to just drive like this all the time, but it does suck. It does suck. If you're driving in Michigan, wear a helmet. That's how it goes. You'll see people wearing compliance cloths. Don't be fooled. That ain't going to save you. Wear a helmet. Wear a helmet. We're going to have to sell hooligan helmets. But to be all military grade and stuff, bulletproof, protect your noggin. I like it. Every day we come up with new ideas. Just reading through. What's up, Roy? Happy freedom. Kevin, why are some people highlighted pink? Oh, those are official hooligans in the chat. Everybody that has like the highlight on their comments means that they joined the membership program. I hope they give us the ability to add our own custom badges so we can get the hooligan H's in there. What's up, Dawn? Happy freedom. Kevin, pro-Palestine protesters are blocking bridges everywhere. I seen that they're blocking a bridge in the Bay Area right now, but there's like not really any footage of the protesters. A lot of the cameras are just pointed at cops that are kind of delegating traffic and stuff like that. Otherwise, I would have added it to the schedule, but it's not very active. It's more annoying than anything else. What's up, E-Rock? Happy freedom. What's up, Wayward Sons? E-Rock, I live in New Hampshire, and if your car is paid off, you're not even required to have insurance. I think it's like that in Alabama too. From what it could have changed, but years ago I was told that in Alabama it's the same thing. You don't have to have insurance in your car. Legal, it's not a legal requirement. In some ways, I could see that being good. In other ways, not so much. In Michigan, it's at fault insurance or I can't remember what it's called, but basically if somebody came up and just T-boned my car, right, it's my fault and I need to pay for my own insurance. That's how it works here in Michigan. And so that's why like it's good if you can afford full coverage, because chances are people are going to do that to you. They're going to rear end you, they're going to try and T-bone you, they drive like shit, you're getting sideswiped. Just look forward to it. Like, really, that's how it goes. Especially if you park at Walmart or something like that. You got to park way off in no man's land, because otherwise somebody's throwing a cart into your car. They're going to hit you with their car door. People act like they ain't got eyes and ears. They just do whatever the hell they want without consequences. We got to make those punches in the face great again. If people were worried about getting punched in the face, they'd be acting right. This is too much soft stuff going on over the last 20 years. That's what's wrong. But yeah, with the app, or I can't remember what exactly how it's phrased, but with everybody costing you money to your car, having full coverage is about the best thing you can do if you can afford it. It's so expensive. When I went from PLPD or liability or whatever, like bare minimum, like legally allowed to be on the road, no more than that, I was paying like $100 a month. Now I'm paying like $250 a month to have full coverage, just so nobody smokes my blue Subaru. I see another Bambi Al Qaeda. I'm obliterating it. Sherry, thank you. No fault insurance. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Let's see. Thank you, Miss Vu. Yeah, no fault insurance. I was thinking at will employment, and it was affecting, because we got two things that really suck here in Michigan, and like I was trying to mix them together. I was trying to make a shit sucks sandwich over here. It just, I wasn't pulling it off. What's up, Darth Maul? Happy freedom. Drivers in Florida drive bad? Yes, they do. I've been to Florida a lot. Yeah, they do drive bad. They drive bad in Atlanta and in Chicago too. It's terrible in Chicago. In Chicago, people will run into you and then get mad that their car is damaged. That's why you got to have a pistol on you at all times. When you run into trouble like that, They're the kind of people punch you in the face and they get mad that they broke their knuckle. Like, no, I got to stay away from that. Anyways, I just remembered I want to give a huge shout out to CCN SD for all your support yesterday. I hope you're here and you're listening because I really appreciate all the support. Thank you so much. And I want to give another shout out to Prairie Wind over on YouTube for your support. I meant to shout you out yesterday and I got sidetracked. My apologies. I really appreciate all the support. And thank you so much, Cassandra, for all your support. It really means the world to me. So thank you, Hooligans. I really appreciate all of you. All right, so we're going to move forward to this next one here. It's titled, I Started with Middle Fingers Out. Talking about Kid Rock. He fell out of his mama. Fingers out, just like that. He was born not giving a fuck. And that, that's the American way. That's the American way. Now, Sean Handy, he's fake as styrofoam titties, but it is what it is. Kid Rock talking about how he can't be canceled.
All right, Kid Rock, he's known for his music, his outspoken political views, his outspoken views on everything. He's absolutely fearless when it comes to woke cancel culture. He calls himself uncancelable. Kid Rock recently announced that he's going to be partnering with country music superstar Jason Aldean for their Rock the Country tour, headlining 7 small-town festivals. I wonder if that name is on purpose. And, of course, in the spring and summer of 2024, in a release, Kid Rock said, the tour is for everyone who makes this country run and loves America. Nobody knows how to party like a small-town American. Kid Rock is also hosting the Rock and Roll Rodeo in Texas this coming May. He joins us with more. How you doing? Great to see you. I hurt your wrist. I didn't realize that was a wrist thing, man. First, let me get to this issue. You are uncancelable. You don't give a flying rip, and you're...
We say it a little different than rip, but that is correct.
Well, I mean, I can say it. I mean, I just say it differently. I call it Adam Schiff. I go, you don't give a shit.
I'm just not in bed with any corporate entities, where that would put me in a position where people could raise a stink. And I decided years ago, I've been very blessed. I've worked hard and still be able to do this at a high level in 25 years. And I decided when I was going to get, vocal about all things, like it's not a time I have never been vocal. I came out with middle fingers on my first CD, with my mouth just going like this. And I really haven't changed. The times have.
Right.
But I decided when I was really going to get vocal, surely for my love of this country and use my voice, speak on things that mean a lot to me, that there wasn't going to be any corporate deals. And I'm fine with that because, I've always tried to live that there's no dollar amount on this God's green earth that would get me to, not be able to be who I am.
But I think people love you more because of it.
I hope so.
All right. So,
I turned down a lot of money for it.
I'm a huge fan of Dana White. I saw you with President Trump and Dana and Tucker, and you guys all went to the MMA, what was it, the Garden?
UFC, yeah.
The UFC. All right, so he was on this show.
I saw.
And it was about Bud Light.
Here we go.
He took on as a sponsor. Now, I'll tell you why I've never in my whole life ever supported a boycott. I've never called for a firing or a cancellation, ever. I mean, even people that I can't stand, like Bill.
By the way, I didn't either.
Yeah, okay. So what I worried about in that case was the guys that have the beer
working
route.
Class people.
Right, the guys that work in the factory, the guys that load the trucks, they're not the guys that made that stupid,
Oh, they had no dog in this fight at all. It's actually funny. Speaking of that UFC fight, I'm standing there with our favorite president.
Right.
And someone comes over to, like, the CEO of Anheuser-Busch standing right behind you.
Right.
So I go to the POTUS. I'm like, hey, that's the CEO of Anheuser-Busch. Trump's like, you want to go talk to him? I'm like, I do. So me and him go over. We actually had a great conversation.
Really?
Because, if you put this in context, why did this start? It's like, I told him that night, I go, you signaled to a lot of people like myself, like-minded people. Put the trans thing aside for a minute, right? I was like, but by sending that can to the trans kid, you kind of signaled to us you support this lifestyle, and more importantly, like men being in women's sports or in my granddaughter's locker room. Most of us draw a hard line right there. No. What are you doing?
You have a granddaughter. You're like 40,
2 grandkids.
You're like 42 years old. Well, go ahead.
It gets cold in Detroit, Sean.
Yeah, I guess it does.
So I said, you signaled that to us. I said, but speaking of, I was like, if someone wants to be trans, I was like, I didn't rip that kid. I said, F you guys. I said, I didn't even say boycott or cancel. I said, F you. I said, what are you doing? Injecting yourself into this conversation, these polarizing social issues. I was like, you could be doing so much more positive stuff, just making us laugh and drink beer. But I said, someone wants to dress up like a girl, they want to be transgender or whatever. A lot of people fought and died for them to do that. Go for it. We can coexist. In public places. You might not be my first dinner invite, you know what I mean? And I'm probably not yours. And if you're gay, no one cares anymore, right? We all got gay family members, gay friends, gay co-workers. It's like, cut it out. Just be gay. I'm not going to clap louder for you.
You know what I hear you saying? You believe in freedom.
Yeah.
But if you want to indoctrinate kids in school,
that's what I tell my. Let me say this to the trans and gay community right now. Be yourself. That's cool. You're cool with me. I'm cool with you. That's how most people are. But as soon as you bring our kids into this, that's where you're going to bring hatred into it. Leave our freaking kids out of it. That's the bottom line.
How about parents instill the values in their own kids?
Yeah.
That's it.
Pretty simple. I mean,
all right. I want to get back into the Bud thing a little bit. I want one specific question. It's great to see you. Thanks for coming. More Kid Rock as we continue. We're in beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. By the way, they have no state income tax here. I am an idiot for not living here. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here.
Well, Kid Rock sitting there playing nice with Sean Hannity. Could you imagine hanging out with President Trump? Especially sidelines at the UFC. You're just hanging out, you're like drinking beer and stuff. Like, hey, there's a famous guy over there. You want to go talk to that famous? Yeah, come on, Trump. Let's go razz this guy up. We'll go over there and give him a hard time, get him all riled up. You just palling around with Trump and stuff. It's probably awesome. It's probably awesome. You hear Trump get real from time to time when we're watching the rallies. I'm trying to think what he said. Well, like the one he was like, if you come in here and try to rob us, you can expect to get shot. So you could tell there's some real Americanism going on under the professionalism that President Trump's always, showing off first. He's got some edge to him. And I bet in those private conversations, like Kid Rock was saying, I bet Trump is probably a lot of fun to hang out with. I'm seeing here in the chat, Matt saying that flips off Bud Light, yet he keeps being seen drinking it. I think he talks out both sides of his mouth. It could be. I don't keep a close eye on Kid Rock, so I don't know if he's just putting on a show or what. But there's a lot of people like that. Like I was talking about Dr. Disrespect, the live streamer who's famous for gaming and all that stuff. He made a big deal about, Activision, Modern Warfare, Call of Duty, like the first-person shooter games that are really popular, Warzone, all that stuff. The company that makes that went after somebody for saying leave the kids alone, which shouldn't be anti-Rainbow Crew rhetoric. It should just be a statement that everyone should understand. You don't mess with kids. Even inmates, the worst of the worst prisoners in the world, no, you do not mess with kids. You just don't do that. I don't know why trans people don't understand that, but you just don't mess with kids. You do not target children. You will have people eat you alive and celebrate your demise if you go after that kind of stuff. And so to see Dr. Disrespect stand up for that, but then turn around and play Modern Warfare as soon as the new game came out last week, like, yeah, I feel the same way. Like, you can enjoy the entertainment of the celebrities that you see on TV, but do not idolize them, because 99% of the time they're not standing up 100% for what they're saying. They're just making some money, getting some attention, capturing a little spotlight, becoming relevant for the moment. And a lot of that's their goal at all times, is to do that, to constantly grab as much spotlight as possible. And then it reminds me of Ramaswamy, where you just say all the right things so you can get the kind of spotlight you want. Now, I don't know if Kid Rock is doing that or not, but I have seen that a lot with celebrities, where they're just kind of flip-flopping based on what's convenient and how much spotlight they can get. And I mean, it's effective, because I even see live streamers that are smaller than I am doing that kind of stuff, doing a lot of flip-flopping and whatnot, because they're trying to play a part. They want to show you they're the real Republican. They're a real conservative. They're real Democrats. You know what I mean? They're trying to play this character to try and make a few doll hairs extra, while doing that. And I don't believe in any of that kind of stuff. And that's why I'm constantly pissing people off in the chat when I'm talking bad about red team or blue team or both, all in the same rant. People get all pissed off, but I don't make that a part of my identity. I'm just an American, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it from the average American standpoint. I don't pick sides or nothing like that. I think it's all silly. I think everybody's got good people and bad people, but yeah, that I see a lot like what you're saying, Matt. Like these celebrities, they're flip-flopping all the time. They're just attention whores. That's all it is. And that paid actors, yeah. I mean, really. I like what Kid Rock says. Same thing with oh, what's the other guy from Detroit? They call him Uncle something or other. I can't think of his name right now. He's like pro guns. He's always wearing camo. We show him all the time. I can't think of his name right now. I think he makes music and stuff, but I've never heard his music. Anyways, there's a few guys out there that are fairly conservative, that are celebrities. They go out there and get a lot of attention and stuff, but I don't keep a whole close eye on them. I don't see them ever being president or vice president or ever actually doing anything to help any of us out there. They're just saying the right things while they're in spotlight. So I just try to enjoy the entertainment. And it's like watching wrestling, right? Like you got your favorites, you got guys you can't stand, you got guys that you want to see win. They got the coolest moves, they got the coolest outfits, they got the coolest intros, but you're just accepting the entertainment of it. These people aren't actually contributing to your life. So you're just like, don't hold it any higher than that. So that's what I try to do. I just enjoy the entertainment, and that just I don't put any more weight on them than that. We're going to flip through the chat really quick before moving forward. This next one is going to start us into this protest. We have a couple of videos on protests. This next one is about the protests that happening yesterday outside of the DNC. We're going to read through the chat first, though. Disco, Ted Nugent. Yes, that's who I was talking about. Ted Nugent. I like Ted Nugent, and again, I think he says all the right things. Now, Ted Nugent has actually started programs, how do I say it, like an organization or maybe multiple organizations that help veterans and that are pro-conservatism and American rights and Constitution, all that stuff. So, I mean, I don't necessarily want to tie Ted Nugent right in with Kid Rock, because as far as I know, Kid Rock's never contributed anything to anybody. Ted Nugent stands a little bit higher on it, but at the same time, he's a celebrity. So if I seen him turn around and drink Bud Light, I wouldn't really get bent out of shape, because I kind of expect that. There's a percentage of me that expects these celebrities to stumble and fumble because they're a person that is focused on presentation, right? Like they don't take it as their real identity because they have identity separation, right? They're a celebrity. They're playing a character in the public eye. Even when they're not acting and stuff, the version of yourself that people see is not the same version of you that your family grew up with or your siblings had to look at every day. There's a separation of identity. So when they drop the ball and they just start doing something that they've preached against, I don't really get that bent out of shape, because they may not even realize that's what they're doing, because the character they're playing just has to be relevant at all times. They personally don't care. They have so much money, they're not affected by this stuff. So I take the words as a grain of salt. I try. Zero, Ted Nugent has camps for poor kids to teach them hunting skills too. That's awesome. That's awesome. Our schools should be doing that. Our schools should be teaching kids how to hunt and gun safety and all that stuff. All of you guys on Rumble knew what I was talking about. Ted Nugent. Zero, I'll drink Bud Light if it's free, not my money spent. Yeah. I haven't had Bud Light since all that stuff happened, but I don't think I would turn down free beer necessarily, because I'm not giving them their money. I don't know. I kind of feel conflicted on it, because at the same time, like I was saying about the video game situation, you could download Warzone for free and you can play the game for free. And so you don't feel that you're directly contributing to the company that likes hurting children, right? But at the same time, your buddies watch you play it. Your kids watch you play it, all this stuff. And they're like, I think you're cool and you play these games. I'm going to play those games so I can be cool like you. You're contributing to the branding and sales pitch of a game that you don't really support. You're just bored, right? And so the Bud Light thing kind of ties into there too. You're not spending money on Bud Light, but your buddies and everybody see you drinking it. And so they take that as justification. They're like, I like you, I trust you, and I think you're a cool person, and I see you making these choices. And when it's time for me to make choices, I'm going to think of the people that I think are really cool and I look up to in life, and I'm going to try and imitate their choices so I can have the same results that you have, because I think you turned out good and I want to turn out good too. And because of that thought process that all of us humans have at one point or another, that kind of influence keeps the brand alive. Even if you're not necessarily spending your doll hairs on it, someone else might, just because they saw you participating in it. So that's why I say I kind of feel conflicted about that, because I have been in that situation, not with Bud Light, but like playing the game. I have friends that still play Warzone and all that, and they're hitting me up like, hey, you getting on the game tonight? No, I'm not playing the game. The game's made by pedophiles. I'm not playing the game. And so I don't know, that's just how I personally feel about it. But I'm not going and slapping Bud Lights out of people's hands and stuff. I believe everybody's free to make their own choices and stuff, even if I don't agree with it. As long as they're not burning my flag or hurting any kids, I'm not going to interfere with their happiness. I'm going to just acknowledge what's going on, and I'm going to keep it moving. I'm not going to carry that hate with me. So, not hating on you for drinking free Bud Light. Everybody do what they want to do as long as they're not hurting kids or burning American flags. But that's just how I think about the situation. E-Rock Serum, yeah, he target practices with the cans. I remember when that video came out, Kid Rock. That was kind of the clip they were showing, the still image or whatever. I think Annette posted it on the website, yeah, in the chat, because we can have GIFs and memes on the live chat over on the website. And so Annette posted just a clip of the video. It must have been in the GIFs locker, but it shows Kid Rock with the white hat on and stuff, and that was the video where he like started off by opening fire on Bud Light and then saying he doesn't agree with any of that stuff and whatever. Snook styrofoam titties. I know, I meant to say silicone, but I was still right faker than styrofoam titties. I was still right, so I didn't correct myself. I ain't never seen no styrofoam titties, but you know, I'm calling fake stuff fake. So I mean, as long as I'm right, that's all I care about. What a red team thing to say. My goodness. Old BR, Jeff Mac needs a big iron grill guard. They make brush guards for my Subaru, and I don't think they're that expensive. It's like $150, and I bet the shop would install it for near nothing. And I've thought about it. I've thought about putting a big brush guard on the front of my Subaru, because you ain't never seen an Outback with a brush guard. And it might be slick looking. But I haven't decided on it yet. Because I have full coverage, so if I hit a deer and I do ruin my car, I get to go buy a new car. Probably the newest car I've ever had in my life. And so if I have the brush guard, I kind of take that opportunity off the table, because then I'm just going to obliterate the deer right there on the freeway, and then I'll be bummed out I'm not getting a new car. But I don't know. The blood stains on the Subaru may send another message. So I mean, it may not be all bad. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Girth, I meant Battlefront 2. It's still fun. A lot of people like Battlefield. I have not heard of Battlefront, and I know there's other first-person shooter games that are trying to break into the lead because of all the awareness spread about how Call of Duty, any games made by Activision is basically made by pedophiles or pro-pedophiles. And so because of that little notch taken off their armor, a lot of game developers are trying to create a new first-person shooter that's going to try and take the lead. It'd be difficult to get out in front of Call of Duty and all the stuff that Activision's done over the decades they've been making video games. But yes, Ghostly, that's what I was thinking of. Battle Bits. Battle Bits is like a Minecraft version of Battlefield. It's kind of like Battlefield and Call of Duty mixed together with the visuals of Minecraft. So it looks kind of blocky and stuff, but I guess the play, like the gameplay is a lot of fun. And so a lot of people have been flocking to that, and that's not made by Activision, but it's just as fun from what I hear. So I've been thinking about checking that stuff out. Girth, come on, man. Star Wars nerds rule. I heard the new Star Wars game, when it came out, people were saying it was fun. But now I haven't heard anyone talk about it, and it makes me wonder if it's short-lived. If the new Star Wars game isn't as cool as people thought it was going to be. What's up, Can Killer? Happy Freedom. Just reading through. Ms. Vu, he also caters to rich people to come and hunt his trapped buffalo on his land. It's BS. It's not hunting. Who does that? Hold on. Let me read back. Oh, you can't stand Ted Nugent because he does that? I haven't heard anything about that. So you think he's grifting? He's just grifting as a conservative, but really he's just a rich kid? Could be. It could be. Hey, I appreciate you, Geezer Man. Grip. I'm a Halo 1 nerd. Is Halo still a thing? I played Halo 1 and 2, but I don't think I played anything after that. I don't even know what they're on now. I think they're still making Halo games, but I haven't played anything beyond 2. And that was, I want to say that was like on the original Xbox. That wasn't even 360 yet. Blue Crow, you don't think he's grifting? I don't know enough about Ted Nugent to have an opinion on it, really. Non-GMO, the deer eater. I mean, it probably would look cool with the brush guard. I keep thinking about it. Maybe I'll drop some links on Gilded in the website and stuff. You guys can help me decide if I should get a brush guard or not. I'll have to save up for it. I barely can pay my bills right now, but 'tis what 'tis. Jet lag. Every 12 pack of Bud Light comes with a free box of tampons. Of the man pons. Yeah. What's up, Combat Vet? Happy Freedom. Bud Light equals trans fluid. It's worse than blinker fluid. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Yukon Man, they used to have hunter safety in schools. I've been to hunter safety, but not in school. I didn't know they even taught that in school. I know they used to do gun safety, but that was 100 years ago or something. What's up, Bless the Rain? Happy Freedom. Non-GMO drinks his Bud Light with the pinky raised. No, I don't know. I don't know about all that. It's not that fancy. It's not that fancy. Alright, hooligans, we're going to move on to this next one. It's titled 6 Police Officers Injured After Anti-Israel Rally Erupts Near the DNC. The DNC sounds like the DMZ. So I keep thinking we're going to be witnessing a battlefield. Just like the Democrats like it. Anyways, let's get it started.
6 U.S. Capitol Police officers hurt in a violent pro-Palestinian protest outside the DNC headquarters in Washington. Democrat lawmakers had to be evacuated, and House offices went on lockdown.
I wondered if I could get your reaction to what we saw happening at the DNC this evening with protesters.
Yeah, I haven't really seen it because I've been so busy with keeping the government open and getting NDAA done. So I'll have to comment tomorrow. Yes.
But just to follow up on that, 6 U.S. Capitol Police officers were injured this evening.
I'm not going to comment till I see the details.
Former Georgia Congressman and Iraq War veteran Doug Collins joins us now. Doug, what do you think about this level of violence outside the DNC?
Violence? Are you saying violence? Nobody else is covering violence. I mean, if this had been anything else besides pro-Hamas demonstrators, which is just, in and of itself is amazing to me. Democratic lawmakers will be on the front steps of the Capitol. They'll be in every place yelling that this is, an attack against the government and democracy and everything else. This is just really sad when you see Chuck Schumer basically avoiding questions where his own members and House members were having to be locked down because of this kind of violence. Don't tell me this was mostly peaceful. This is not mostly peaceful. These people are not here to have a mostly peaceful protest. And it's sad that Chuck Schumer just won't come out and say that.
But why? I mean, Chuck Schumer is one of the most pro-Israel voices in Congress. If not him, Doug, then who?
Yeah, I don't know. And that is sad because he is one of those voices that you would look to at this dude who would say something. But maybe it's just, you really are just baffled by this because, I mean, this is something that should be easily condemned and he won't do it. I mean, you don't know if that's still the forces of the pro-Hamas, and the pro, other side ceasefire group that is in Washington right now influence on the Democratic Party. Maybe that's why he's not talking about it. But it is sort of strange that he wouldn't even say anything about it last night.
Yeah, well, there was a March for Israel that took place the day before this happened, 300,000 people strong. It was a very peaceful and beautiful event. And then you see what's going on your screen right here where 6 police officers were hurt. There's a big difference in the mood and how the two sides are behaving with this regard. Doug, we also want to ask you about this brand new Fox.
So anyways, that was the protest that happened outside the DNC yesterday. I'm not sure what time that happened. I want to say it was like before 9 o'clock Eastern time. By the time I heard about it, there wasn't any lives or anything. It was just recordings over and over again. Like, just being shared all over the internet. And a lot of it was that clip that they just played, just kind of cut into pieces. And so it really sucks when these things happen and everybody comes and tags me, but they're not tagging me in a live. They're just tagging me like, weren't you doing your job? And I would if it was live, but people just don't go live anymore. And it sucks. It sucks. It's not any more difficult to go live now than it was in 2020. So I don't understand why people don't go live now. But it obviously got pretty active outside of the DNC. I know there was a protest when I started the live where they were blocking the roads in the Bay Area, but it wasn't active like that. I doubt it's even still going on. But I heard about that, what we just witnessed. Protesters in San Francisco because the dictator from China is there, or he was. I don't know if he still is. And then last night I heard there was riots going on in New York, and I couldn't find lives for any of that. I haven't seen any footage about the stuff going on in New York. I guess Tim Pool was telling people about it. I don't know much about it. I was just informed that there was thoughts of a riot happening in New York City, but I didn't see any lives of it, and I haven't even seen any video footage of it. But it just really sucks when this stuff happens, because of course I would show it if I could find it. But when I'm like covering all the platforms and I'm, searching, and I can't find anything, it's really hard to understand what's going on, because we get little clips of video like we just witnessed, and that's all we have to know about what actually happened. And it sucks because the whole point of us covering lives is because that isn't good enough. Like, we want to know what is actually going on. We don't want to see a little 12-second clip and then have everybody else pile their context around it from their perspective, because that manipulates the situation and also manipulates how we receive the information. But if there was actually lives running, we would have covered it, because I still search for them just like I've been doing for years. But they're just, people don't go live. They're just not going live. And I don't know if it's because everybody's been suspended from Facebook back in 2020 and they just never went back, so they're not going live on Facebook, or what. Almost no lives of that nature happen on YouTube. I'll look on Twitch, and there's a couple live streamers that I follow that are in New York City that are Antifa live streamers, and they weren't live last night. And so, you know what I mean? I'm like searching everywhere and I can't find this, and then it sucks that everybody thinks I'm just being a lazy asshole. Like, that really sucks. And then, then we get stuck with a video clip like that where they show 12 seconds. They provide their own context of what happened, and we could take it or leave it because we didn't get to watch it live. But I want you guys to know that I am still looking for lives and stuff like that when protests are going on. It's just, it's not like it used to be. People just don't go live like they used to. The only time I've seen live protests and stuff like that lately, like as far as this year goes, is only on TikTok. That's all I ever find is on TikTok, and it's never spicy enough to be like, well, let's start a live, let's make everybody watch in portrait mode, and we're going to try and figure out what's going on. And I just haven't seen anything worthwhile to show yet. But if you guys do see lives and you do find a live of a protest going on, go ahead and tag me, because I may not know about it. And when you tag me, you're raising awareness to me, but you're also potentially starting a new live. So I could just hop up, throw my stuff together, run that live, and now everyone can know that there's a protest happening. So just so you guys are aware, you are welcome to tag me in any kind of stuff like that, because there's a chance that I may not even know that it's happening. That's one of the reasons why I want everybody to be a part of Gilded, is because there's been a lot of protests that we've covered that I would not have known about if we didn't have Hooligans in Gilded or on jeffmaclive.com, where someone can send me a link or tag me in a link and be like, look, this is happening right now. And either they're boots on the ground themselves, or they live in the area and that's how they figured it out, or whatever the case may be. Now all of a sudden I know we can launch a live and raise awareness to an event happening. So that's one of the big reasons that I really appreciate everyone being a part of the website or being a part of Gilded, because it really does matter that we're all connected and we're networking with each other. Yes, on most days we're just telling fart jokes and posting memes and stuff like that. The news board is constantly updated, so that alone is a great resource for knowledge of what's going on. But when things are happening, everybody just gets to their battle stations and we all start networking and gathering information, pictures, articles, videos, whatever it may be. We may even have hooligans in the area that can go take pictures or take video for us and provide us with exclusive information. But if we didn't have Gilded or jeffmaclive.com, we wouldn't even be able to do stuff like that. And we've been doing stuff like that for years. Like for years, since George Floyd, since Kyle Rittenhouse, since J6, and so on and so forth. When things happen, we all just assume our battle stations and gather information and then put it out on the live and stuff like that. So the more people we got in Gilded, or also joining jeffmaclive.com, the bigger and stronger we are, and the more we're able to do to provide real information to the world that they won't know is going on if it wasn't for people like us. If it wasn't for the hooligans, people wouldn't know that these things are happening. Like the Canadian convoy, like the US convoy was getting no coverage, and if we wouldn't have covered it, there would have been a ton of people out there that wouldn't have even known that it was happening. And so I'm telling you, go join Gilded, go join jeffmaclive.com, whichever you prefer, or both. You can find them in the link tree. Go join up. Let's see. Hair Juicer heading to work. Almost money time. Don't work too hard, Hair Juicer. Let's see. That would be awesome, Hair Juicer. If you could make me a brush guard, I'd slap it on that Subaru in a heartbeat. That would be awesome, Hair Juicer. Let's see. Sam, we were watching Kyle do work. We watched it happen live. I will never forget the sound of that guy screaming his face off. We were watching what was his name, Mikado or whatever. He goes live on Facebook, and he has a lot of patriots support him because apparently he's a veteran, but he was an Antifa live streamer, and he was out there palling around with Antifa and the Boogaloo Boys during Kenosha, and people forgot about that, and we hopped on his live to see what was going on from his point of view, and he started crying really hard that we were stealing his content and that he was going to send the police after us and stuff. So we left him in the dirt. We hopped over to CJ. CJ TV is who it was, and I haven't seen him go live in a long time. He used to have a huge following. He used to be kind of Antifa, but he found a middle ground. CJ, as far as I know, is neutral. I don't even know what he does now, but the last time I seen him, he was fairly neutral. And he was walking up to Koschwitz or whatever his name is. I think he's a pedophile. I don't know. But he's like, what's going on? What's going on? And you're hearing, he's like, medic, screaming. His arms just kind of like doing this. CJ shows up, throws the phone on the ground. He's trying to piece this guy's arm back together. We're in the chat like, what the fuck is going on? It was a time. It was a time. You had to be there. See, and we couldn't even show stuff like that now. Not on YouTube. YouTube's soft. I'm wondering if we're going to get in trouble over these videos we're showing right now, because they have a policy against synchronized crime or gang violence or something like that, and that's what all these people are getting suspensions for right now. All these channels that are getting deleted off YouTube is because they're playing the Nashville Shooter Manifesto, and it's being contributed as gang violence or organized crime, and so they're getting strikes or deleted off of YouTube for playing the manifesto. Imagine how protests would go. Imagine how another Kyle Rittenhouse situation would go. They'd ban us forever, which is why I need everybody to go to Rumble or jeffmaclive.com. That way you can watch all the crazy stuff happen while it happens. This is our second primary election coming up. Okay, that's Super Bowl material for us. The crazy shit will be raining from the sky. It's coming. It's coming. We've been waiting a long time, but it's an election year coming up. There is no doubt about it. The crazy shit is about to kick off. Do not sit there and hold on to your YouTube safety blanket thinking you're going to see the good stuff, because you're not. I promise you're not. You got to come over to Rumble. You got to come over to jeffmaclive.com to see the spicy stuff. YouTube can't wait to hit us with the ban hammer. They can eat shit. Okay, the people running YouTube, they can eat shit. Can't stand that. Anyways, I'm going to read through the chat a little bit more before moving forward to this next protest video. This next one is about protesters outside of APEC in San Francisco. There's people out there supporting China. There's people in San Francisco with Chinese flags supporting the dictator Xi or Xi or whatever his name is here. They're celebrating it in San Francisco. I don't know. I think they should go to China and do that shit if they feel that way about it. Matt, CJ was good at staying neutral, just showing what was going on. Yeah, when he started, I think he was pro BLM and stuff, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if he witnessed a little bit of blue team eating themselves and he wanted to get away from it, or if there was an actual direct engagement with him. But as time went on and more stuff started happening outside of just Portland, I saw him, I was witnessing him becoming more neutral and stuff, and even catching hate for it. People being like, why are you sitting there talking to that Trumper, blah blah, and he's like, I'm just doing an interview, like I don't know this guy, I'm just talking to him and I got my camera on. And then blue team shows up and they're like, fuck you, CJ, because that's how they get. You either think what we think or we'll eat you alive, and that's how blue team gets down. So yeah, I know what you're saying, Matt. And that the loonies will be loose. They will. It's all being orchestrated. What's up, Persian? Happy freedom. Life like they're getting paid. Yep. That's what they do. D. Jones, I think the government is allowing them to protest so they can crack down on them once and for all. I thought that back in 2020. I thought that they were going to allow protesters to happen so they could see who all is a protester, and then they could go in and basically knock door to door and just pick up whoever participated in the protest. Now, protesting is our constitutional right, and I was kind of ignoring that while I was watching people burn shit down. But after the dust settled, no one was arrested. And so now I think more that they're paid opposition by the government and their comrades, you know, Soros and all that. I think it's more that than giving them enough rope. I could be wrong, but that's what I used to think when the protests were going strong. I used to think, oh, they're just giving them enough rope so they get caught. But that's not, that didn't happen. So now I think they're just an extension of the government. What's up, Speedy Girl? Happy freedom. Serum, the Rainbow Gang. They're the toughest talking, miserable people in the street. They are. There's nothing like not having an identity of your own while calling someone else a fascist or a racist when they know who they are. Like, it's just, Rainbow Crew is so ridiculous. Just reading through before we move forward to this next protest video. Garlic Press, Old Man Walter speaking right now from the APEC Summit. Thank you for letting me know. Garlic Press, I've never heard of either of those live streamers, but I'll check them out. The only protest that I have seen live that I could have shown was like the Middle East stuff. But I haven't seen any fire in the streets or anything. If they were burning stuff down, we'd cover it. But if they're just crying about stuff that happens in another country while they're standing here in our streets, I haven't been showing that at all. Because why? Why show it? They don't even know what they're doing. I don't want to know what they're doing. I don't care that they're in the streets crying about shit going on way on the other side of the world. They're not contributing to anything. They're just wasting their time. And so I'm not really concerned with them wasting their time. It's when they decide to get upset and burn down parts of America because of what's happening out in Gaza or wherever, then we're going to cover that. But until then, just haven't really covered it. What's up, Nilesville? Happy freedom. Perhaps some folks may not make Maybe some folks feel it may not make a difference to go live on certain subjects. I mean, it could, but at the same time, I feel like if you think it's a big enough deal of what's going on around you, that people are becoming violent and acting like degenerates, and you decide to pull your phone out to capture a video or a picture of it, you'd be doing more justice showing it live, because people already don't trust photos and videos. But it's really hard to deny a live. And these people who do decide to pull their phones out in these situations want to capitalize on the footage that they get, whether it's pictures or video. But it's a lot harder to make people believe stuff after it's already done happening. So either you're a person participating in the degenerate activity and you don't want people to know that you're behaving like a heathen, or you want to pull your phone out and document things, and if that's the case, you should be doing it live, because then you have all the context in the live itself. That's what I think about that. Let's see. I don't know about the rest of that you're saying. I'll read through it in a second. What's up, Dirk? Happy freedom. Let's see. Let's ran through chat. What's up, MD Cyrone? Happy freedom. Aw, Dirk, you ain't talking to me. Oh, I think Dirk's got his man-pon in there. Are you going septic, my bud? Are you going septic over there? I can't remember what it's called when you don't take your tampons out, when you need to. You're getting coagulated inside. That's all right. We'll let you hang out for a little bit. If you hooligans are hungry, we got a sad, pathetic troll over on YouTube. If he could roll off his mom long enough, you guys can have a piece of him. Let me know when you're done. We'll throw him up out of here. Anyways. And that Antifa is a paid strong arm of the Democratic Party. And yes, George Soros is funding them. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. We have sleeper hooligans. And maybe that's not the right phrasing, but there's hooligans that still live in these active cities. And when things become active, they let me know. They let me know. They keep an eye on what's going on, especially like in Portland and stuff. There's people that orchestrate Antifa. There's like a hierarchy in the Antifa groups, and there's certain ones that have radios that take orders, and then there's other ones that provide orders, and then there's those that follow orders, and they are structured in that manner. And so there's people keeping their eyes out, because it's not the ones that are out there committing the acts, it's the ones with radios and the ones with backpacks you got to keep your eyes on, because they're playing a certain position in their strategy. And so we keep eyes on that. And when I get the message, then I know things are going to kick off and stuff. There's a lot of information that gets passed that we don't mention on the live because we want to see what happens first. There's a lot of people, well, like what Tim Pool did yesterday. He was telling everybody there was riots going on in New York City. Here we are today. There's no footage of that. I don't like that, and I don't want to participate in it. So when we hear about activity such as Antifa becoming reactivated and stuff, a lot of times I won't say anything about it until we can actually get footage of it or we can capture a live of it. But Antifa is absolutely an extension of the government and Soros and all the corruption, bad stuff that's going on. They're there on purpose. If we're talking about anything catching enough rope, it's Antifa's purpose. Antifa comes out and acts like a bunch of assholes, and the police just look the other way and let it happen, because the ploy is they're not the problem, they're the bait. They're the bait. So the patriots come out into the streets and they stand up to Antifa because the police won't do it. And who gets arrested? The patriots do. Because they're the bait. Antifa's the cheese, sitting right there broad daylight on the mousetrap. And the patriots come out and they go, "What the fuck, cops? You guys ain't doing what you're supposed to do. Guess I'll have to do it." End up in jail. Just like that. Because Antifa's the bait. It's It's like a long con going on. Antifa is absolutely there strategically. It's not an accident. If they were a gang like Crips and Bloods and Dog Life and all these other people, the police would deal with them accordingly. That's why they have gang units and stuff. Antifa's not a gang. They're there strategically, and it's to catch patriots. That's what they're there for. Anyways, we're going to move forward. This next one is titled Protest Fights Outside of APEC Event in San Francisco. These people are out of their minds. All right, hooligans, let's get it started.
Move back now! Everyone, move back! Security was tight, and there was a heavy law enforcement presence all around San Francisco as protesters connected to various causes seemed to spring up all around the APEC zone. The biggest demonstrations targeted Chinese President Xi Jinping and led to direct clashes between those who want him gone and those who came to support him. At one point, the two sides faced off in a violent and bloody fistfight. Police and Secret Service agents calmed the situation before allowing both sides to resume their protests.
He's an absolute dictator. We're actually ashamed of President Biden actually using taxpayers' money to form an alliance with a dictator.
The groups angry that China's president is here fueled the day's largest protest, with the crowd stretching as far as you could see along Market Street and slowing traffic for miles. Some people we talked to who work or live in the area say they're doing their best to avoid the APEC mass confusion, but it's hard.
The buses that normally go on Market Street, they have detours, so you have to know what detour that is in order to catch the bus. Other than that, that's about it for me.
Mostly the traffic then, huh?
Yeah, it's traffic.
There were actually road closures in every direction, some set by the Secret Service, others created by protesters. These demonstrators formed a human chain to bring attention to climate control.
We are here to protest the backdoor dealings and the motivations of these giant corporations in collusion with various governments to put profit above the health of the planet.
And we're back live here at the Ferry Building, where, as you can see, hundreds of people have gathered to send the message that they would like to see a ceasefire in Gaza, and they're hoping that the attendees of the APEC summit are listening. Let's take it back now to Raj Mathai at the Moscone Center. Raj?
Well, at the
Oh, you can't even hear me. Anyways, I was trying to figure out why the next video played without me clicking on it. But either way, I think if you're here in America and you support Xi, you shouldn't be allowed to be here in America. You shouldn't. I can't believe that he's even allowed to be here. How can you rule over a country as a dictator and pretty much stand for everything that America is against? And then we just have you come here, we're going to pay for you to be in a hotel and all this stuff, and we're going to eat dinner with you. What? I don't understand that at all. Let alone Americans being in the streets holding up Chinese flags, celebrating that there's a dictator here. That's wrong, and I shouldn't have to say that. Like, I don't even know how terribly miserable of a person you must be to behave that way. Like, if you love communism so much, you should forfeit your citizenship and go out there. Go out there and show how much you love them. Because I bet in China, you probably can't even wave a Chinese flag without somebody coming and talking to you about it. You're not allowed to do shit. And what you can do is what you're allowed to do. So I don't understand that at all. The same people who like communism don't like being incarcerated, but they don't understand there's not very much of a difference. There just really isn't that much of a difference. Go spend time in jail. They'll tell you when to eat, when to sleep, what to wear, what you're allowed to do. Go enjoy that. We have a little bit of communism here. It's inside of correctional facilities. go do that. You wave your Chinese flag in there. Have fun. Enjoy it. Otherwise, I don't think you should be allowed to walk the streets if you're pro-communism. Being pro-communism is the same thing as being anti-American. And I don't know if people have connected the dots to that. But I don't understand how people can be pro-China while living here, enjoying the benefits and the rights of being an American. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But seeing the Chinese dude throwing them haymakers, tuning that guy up on the sidewalk, that's... he's out there making punches in the face great again. I think that's great. I think that's great. I don't know what they were fighting about, but man, he had enough. He had enough. He hit that guy like 6 or 7 times in the same side of his face. I bet he's feeling it today. Guarantee it. I'm not sure if the dictator from China is still here or not. I haven't heard anything about protests and stuff going on today. By the time I heard about all that going on, there wasn't any lives for it. Now, there might have been lives while it was happening, but I didn't even know that it was happening. I want to say the time it was happening was while I was finding food and stuff. We had just cut the live off, and I was trying to figure out how to eat before starting the second live. So I didn't know what was going on until after it was done, and then of course after it was done there was no lives for it. But either way, things are getting spicy, and it's only going to continue on until we get to the primary election. We're going to read through the chat really quick before moving forward. We have one more video left. It's titled, "Is The Rock Running for President?" I'm not voting for The Rock. No way. No way. I would vote in Kanye before I vote in The Rock. Let's see here, Juicer. Haven't verified it yet, but have you seen the video from yesterday explaining how the no ceasefire protesters were paid $250 to show up in D.C.? I haven't heard anything about it. You can send me the video or send me a link to it or whatever, and I'll check it out, but I haven't heard anything about it. 4,000 people equals 1 million doll hairs paid from an organization funded by Israel. Yeah, I don't know about that. You gotta send me a link so I can read up on it and stuff. And yeah, I can't believe the weather people out there. That lady sounded like she didn't even know what she was there for. She was like, "We're here because the dictators in the corporate and they like making profit over the environment." Lady, what are you here for? What is the purpose of you sitting here with your arms in tubes looking like you're trying to get that last Pringle out of the bottom of the can? What are you doing, lady? You don't even know. You're just wearing a compliance cloth, just looking like a speed bump in the road. Like, I don't know why those people do that. I haven't seen one person that cries hard about the weather make any kind of sense. Like, they don't have a strategy to try and fix anything. They're just loud, annoying, and in the way. And then when they do get interviewed, those rare times that someone tries to give them a chance to care about something, like, here, spread your message. And they go, well, and that's all they do. They don't say anything that means anything or is going to matter towards the weather or the planet or any of that stuff. They just want attention. They just want attention. Those are the same people that, like, when you breeze past them, they just fall over on the ground. Oh my God! Like, they just do that. It's the same kind of people. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. Soft and stupid, and as loud as you can be about it. It's just, that's all they are. Anyways, we're going to read through the chat really quick before moving forward. I'm not voting for The Rock, I'll tell you that right now. Girth, that is, that's revealing. I will say that is revealing. Pumpkin, it was Girth. You can't just blame people. That's a hard accusation. Tree herder, who pooped my pants? That's the blue team special right there. Pumpkin, Cena, and Rock are China boys. Yeah. I don't know a lot about John Cena. He became cool like way after I got old, and so I don't know a lot about him. But I seen a video or a clip of him trying to talk Chinese, and he was like apologizing to the Chinese people in Chinese. Like, nah, dude. Nah. I don't know about all that. Like, I've been learning for years now to speak Korean. And if you speak Korean, you understand half of Chinese. And if you can learn all of Chinese, then it's a lot easier to learn Japanese. And I'm going to end up knowing all that stuff just because I'm interested in it, because I like the symbol characters versus spelling words out. And so I think that's interesting. There's something about my brain that likes investigating that language. But there will never be a day where I apologize to China in their native language. No fucking way. No. I just want to be able to watch anime in its native tongue and understand what's going on. Maybe some adult content. That's it. I really don't have any interest other than maybe broadening my opportunities for employment and financial advances by being able to speak multiple languages. Plus, I like to pat myself on the back because learning a language is very difficult. So every time I achieve a new level, I feel good about myself. So that's a little bit of recharging my batteries at the same time. But I'm not going to be apologizing to communism in Chinese. No, thank you. That's not going to happen for me. You'll never see Jeff Mack do that. John Cena's a softie, and he's just, again, like we're saying, the celebrities, you can't trust those people. They don't even know who they are. They're a shell of a person pretending to be someone else to make some doll hairs. That's all they're doing. So, not voting for The Rock. Absolutely not voting for Cena. None of that. Want no part of that. D. Jones, TikTok is brainwashing people. Yeah. You can tell that TikTok is brainwashing people because you can say 2 or 3 words of a song or a popular phrase that's being passed around in TikTok. You could say it out loud at Walmart and you'll hear 6 or 7 people finish what you're saying. Or maybe even do the stupid dance because it's programming you. Those 7-second videos are programming everyone, and it's addicting. It is crazy addicting. If you've ever been on TikTok and you're scrolling, something that I think is addicting about TikTok is backing out of the app doesn't work immediately. So you're like scrolling because your brain goes, I don't like this video. What's next? And you scroll and you go, ooh, I like this video. What's next? Oh, I don't like that video. What's next? And that's all you do. You're trapped in a loop of dopamine addiction because your brain gets dopamine. Your brain goes, what's next? And you look and you see, and your brain gets satisfied because you look to see what's next. Got some dopamine. You go, ooh, I want more of that. What's next? And you keep doing that. Then you look at the clock. You're like, I thought I had 10 minutes till I had to go to work. Now I'm 10 minutes late for work. And then you're like, I better go. You hit the back button, and instead of leaving the app, like every other app on your phone, it just takes you back to the beginning of the timeline. You hit back, boom, new video. You go, ooh, what's that? And you scroll again. And it traps you. You're like trapped in the app. I'm trying to think what they call it. They call it like death scrolling or something because it's really an addictive thing that is happening to us. And anything you see on TikTok is not really informative at all unless something big happens. If something big happens, then you'll see a bunch of videos that are banned everywhere else. Like the Nashville shooter stuff, you can watch that on TikTok. You cannot watch that on any other platform. Twitter's about it, and Rumble. But everything else, it's banned. And so there is some positives to TikTok, but yeah, TikTok is brainwashing. It is a dopamine trap. And what's crazy is all the other apps are trying to become TikTok because TikTok's #1 right now. Everybody loves TikTok. It has more downloads than anybody else. And so all the other platforms, YouTube and Instagram, Facebook, they have their own thing like Reels or YouTube Shorts because they're trying to compete with TikTok. Eventually, all the platforms will have you stuck in a dopamine loop. That's what they're gearing towards. I think they're jealous of the CCP tactics that are working on the TikTok app, but I don't necessarily think the TikTok app is really any worse than any other app. I think that they have a strategy that is working right now. That the whole dopamine loop thing, I don't feel like that when I'm on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or anywhere else where I'm looking for news and stuff like that. I never feel like I'm trapped. But when I'm on TikTok, I feel trapped. I feel like you almost have to close your eyes and count to 10 before you can leave the app because otherwise you get stuck in being interested in what the next video is. It's something. Just reading through. Serum Snooks, you're addictive. Just don't be charming my assistant, okay? You chill out, Serum. Jesus loves us. Can you get pregnant through the chat? I'm wondering things. What's up, SOS? Happy freedom. I do, Serum. You're right. I can't say that out loud, but one day I'll know. Christy Starr. You joined the membership on Rumble? Hold on, let me refresh. Normally I get a notification like in the chat, which I'm not seeing right this second. But I don't think I've actually seen it in a while, and I wasn't sure if that's because nobody was joining the membership program or if it just wasn't notifying me. Christy Star, you would have access, if you're a part of the membership program, you would have access to these emojis. So, and in order to post those emojis, you got to click the emoji button in the Rumble chat. So if you don't have access to those, then you're not in the membership thing. Let me see. What's up, Dance Master? Happy Freedom. Doomsday Mike, you should check out the AJ video game. I absolutely will. I will. Send me a link or something to it. Hold on, I'm trying to figure this out. Christy Star. I don't have a way to check immediately. Maybe there's something on my phone. Just a moment. My notifications are so crazy. Like, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I don't want to show you everything, but man, it is. These are just my notifications just since I've been live. It just goes on and on and on. Sometimes it's tedious work. Other times I really feel loved by you hooligans. Christy Star, we will get this figured out. Either write me on the website or Gilded, and even after the live, I will work with you and we will get this fixed. Okay? I'm not sure what exactly is going on. Your membership should have just went through, but we will get it figured out. So don't stress about it. Just get a hold of me and we'll work through it. And that Dan does that on YouTube. I told him to put it down. He'll stay up until the wee hours of the morning when he must get up at 5 a.m. to get ready for work. It's the dopamine addiction. The thing is they don't teach us that stuff because they want to benefit off of it. They want to capitalize off of it. It's the same thing that sells jewelry. That's why it's hard to buy jewelry on the internet, but it's easy to buy it when you're in the mall. Because you see the shiny, sparkly thing and your brain goes, ooh, and releases this dopamine on the thoughts of how you would look wearing it. Oh, I'd be so cool looking. You almost make it a part of your identity. You're like, people are going to see me wearing these new earrings and they're going to know that I am hot shit. And I will wear these. They're going to bury me in these earrings because I'm going to be the hottest bitch around. And then you buy it. And then you have buyer's remorse. And you're being tricked by your dopamine. And it's like doing your taxes. They do not teach you this stuff because they want to benefit off of it. But the dopamine addiction is a real thing. It is a real problem. And there's just not enough awareness. There just really isn't enough awareness about it because it's one of those things where it's fine in moderation, right? There's reasons to be on the internet to learn things that are not in your local environment and so on and so forth. But just like everything else, too much of anything is bad. And the dopamine addiction thing is what causes you to scroll in the first place. If you get mad at your phone not functioning, you may be suffering from dopamine withdrawals. If you're trying to log into your favorite app, social media wise, it's messing up and you're getting visibly upset about it because you can't scroll, you are suffering from dopamine addiction withdrawals. The same way that 10-year-old boys get mad and throw the controller at the TV when they're playing the game because after 2 hours you are now suffering from dopamine addiction. It's hurting our children right in front of us and we don't even know it. We just go, all right, that's enough. Put the game down. I'm hearing you crying and saying the F word. You need to settle down. They're suffering from addiction withdrawals and no one knows it except for the scientists, except for the people who understand what dopamine does to you. It's fine. It's a part of your brain. It makes you feel good and happy because you have a drive to achieve things. So there's the demand and then you're supplying it by discovering what your curiosity is pointing you in, or going and accomplishing a goal that takes effort. And when you do accomplish it, your brain rewards you with dopamine, which gives you that satisfied feeling of a hard day's work. It's dopamine. You get addicted to it because we're getting it too easily. You used to have to work on a farm or something in order to get that kind of reaction from your brain. Now you just scroll on your plastic device that's in your hand all day. You're receiving more dopamine for little work, and then as soon as you can't get your fix, you get raged, and you don't know why. And it's because you're suffering from withdrawals. And it's this, your body reacts just like you're withdrawing from heroin or cocaine. And I'm not over exaggerating it. Go look into it. Your brain is suffering from addiction withdrawals because of these goofy things. It's so stupid. Watch your kids. Watch your kids. They're turning into little drug addicts from their dopamine in their brain. And it's because of our goofy devices and our TVs and stuff. It's a real thing. Look into it. Anyways, moving forward. I'm ranting today. Ranting and raving. Sweating. Throat sounds like shit. That's all right. We're getting it. Cash flow. We have a CCP president. Somebody said something like that on Twitter. I said something like when communism comes to town, and it was a video of the dictator coming into San Francisco, and somebody, I almost want to say it was Mic Drop. I'm going to pull it up because I don't want to misquote it, but it was a good one. It was a good rebuttal there. Let's see if I forgot. We're live on Twitter right now. If you're watching us on Twitter, you need to retweet us so the world knows that we exist and whatnot. Let me find this. When communism comes to town. Oh, it was the Dan Palin saying communism was already here. It's just the homie passing through, because it shows old man Walter and the dictator of China shaking hands, grabbing a little bit below the waist, Trump style, right? Trump style. Grab her by the taco. Or grab him by the burrito, however it goes. I wrote both those down. We are going to come out with those shirts. I can't remember who gave me I want to say it was Snooks that gave me the other half of that joke, but we're coming out with both. Wait, what's going on here? I don't know what you're saying in these paragraphs. I don't have time to read these paragraphs, but as long as you're not trolling, totally fine. No links, no trolling. Holy, trying to catch up on the YouTube chat. It must have been a minute since I wandered over here. I'm just gonna have to refresh the page. The chat is just doing this, and there ain't that many people in the chat. Something weird is happening. Chris, did you know that human bone structure is changing to have bone spurs to balance looking down at phones from the past 15 years? I'm not surprised. Sometimes I feel it because I spend so much time on my phone. I'll feel like this tired, stress feeling, and then I'll do this. And then all of a sudden I feel like all this stress release, and it's because I'm hunched over staring at my phone. So I totally believe it. Totally believe it. Let's see. Just reading through. Did you guys eat the troll? I don't even see remains anymore. What's up, stick 'em up punk? Happy freedom. It's been a minute. Non-GMO, dopamine's a hell of a drug. My Rick James sounds rusty right now. I'm telling you, it's all phlegmy in here. Dirk says, I'm sorry that Dirk hurt your feelings, but then left the chat as soon as the hooligans got hungry. That's hurting my feelings. Yeah. Hurting my feelings. I'm so sad. Dirk was over here causing an insurrection. I was scared for my life. Had to call my kids. Daddy may not be coming home today. Dirk's in the chat, and I don't know what to do. Come on, man. Come on, man. Cracking me up. Anyways, we're going to move on to this last one. Is The Rock running for president? This is just sad. This is sad. It's funny because there's a moment in here, and I want you guys to see it in this light. There's a moment in this video where The Rock is going to be asked if he's running for president. And he doesn't necessarily say no. He doesn't even respond, honestly, to the question, but he doesn't say no. And it immediately made me think of when President Trump is talking about when he was watching TV and he saw DeSantis being asked, are you running for president? And he was like, no comment. And then Trump always says, he's like, that shit's gonna run against me. You know, like he's absolutely gonna run against me, and I endorsed him. He wouldn't be no one without me, and now he's gonna run against me. And that's, as soon as I seen The Rock kind of dodge that question, I was thinking in Trump's voice, he is gonna run, isn't he? That bastard. Anyways, let's get her started.
So while Joe Biden was in California getting rolled by the Chinese, The Rock was in Washington. First, he rallied the troops over at the Pentagon, and then he went to Congress where he shook hands with Chuck Schumer and ignored a very interesting question. Listen.
Who do you think's bigger and tougher?
Mr. Johnson, are you running for president? Mr. Johnson, are you running for president? Mr. Johnson, what brings you to the Hill?
All right, thanks, everybody.
So what's the difference between The Rock and Joe Biden? Well, people are actually excited about the idea of a Dwayne Johnson administration. No, it's true. The Rock has said both parties approached him last year and asked if he'd consider running for president. It makes sense. The Rock's friends with people on both sides of the political spectrum, well, except for Biden supporters. Apparently, those people don't exist.
It's the craziest thing. I have friends who support Trump. I have friends who support Biden. I have friends.
Do you really have friends who support Biden?
I do. Come on. No. Here's what I do. I have friends. Thank you. That's a good check because that's important. This is important context.
They support the Democratic Party.
I have friends who are loyal to the party.
Well, that makes a whole lot more sense when you look at the polling because Biden's getting trounced. Trump's beating him in 8 out of the last 10 national polls and is ahead in 5 out of the 6 key battlegrounds. And a Fox News poll just released hours ago has Trump leading Biden by 4, 50-46. Look at the gains he's made over Biden with key demographics: independents, blacks, Hispanics, suburban voters. They're all ditching Biden for Trump. And the picture's even bleaker for Joe when you open up the race to third parties. Look at this. Trump 41, Biden 35. RFK Jr. gets 15% of the vote, and Cornell and Jill down at 3. So, wow. With all these other candidates in, Trump's ahead by 6. Which is weird because a couple of months ago, everybody said I was crazy for saying RFK Jr. is going to hurt Trump, not Biden. Adam Carolla is a comedian, author, and host of The Adam Carolla Show. So, Adam, The Rock, would you ever vote for President Dwayne Johnson?
No. I mean, for a couple of reasons. One is he's very worried about people liking him. He wants everyone to love him, and I don't want that in a president or any politician. I'd rather have the Iron Sheik in there, somebody who could make tough decisions.
The heel.
I know he's dead. Yeah, I want a heel in there because yeah, who would be better than Biden, actually. But it would be fun to get The Rock in there because there'd never be a greater disparity physically between an incoming and an outgoing president. You got one guy who can squat 800 pounds, and you got one guy who can't make it up the stairs for Air Force One. Like, there'd never be that big a chasm ever again.
That's true. Now, when you hear him say that to Rogan, that he knows Biden voters, actually, wait a second, he doesn't know any Biden voters, he just knows Democrats who voted for Biden because that was the only choice to get Trump out of there. And he seemed a little sensitive when he was actually asked if he knew any Biden voters. What does that tell you?
Well, he has to navigate, negotiate Hollywood, and nobody is going to say, I voted for Trump and expect to go to work on Monday, because they're horrible people in Hollywood who never stop complaining about McCarthyism and always want to fire anyone who disagrees with them politically. So they're horrible hypocrites. So he has to work, and he doesn't want to say that. So he'll say, I know people who voted for Trump or who support Trump. He usually probably means him, but he would never out those people because they would be, yeah, I know people. You know, it's like, it's kind of code for he's probably for Trump, but he could never say it out loud because he'd be run out of town.
But if you say you love Hamas, you get a promotion in Hollywood.
Yeah, if you, as long as you're rocking the Palestinian flag on the back of your Prius, you'll definitely be good for a couple of bumps.
All right. Adam Carolla, thank you so much. Everybody go check out his podcast. He's got merch on the site. He's got everything.
Hey, Sean Hannity here.
Well, I'm not voting for The Rock. I'll say that. That ain't me. Nope. I mean, what would his policies even be? He would probably address everyone like we were in the ring at WWE. He'd probably hit us with a, do you smell what The Rock is cooking? I'm like, get out of here, buddy. Get out of here. Not voting for you. You and Oprah were on TV asking poor people to donate doll hairs to Hawaii, whatever the island was that burned down Hawaii that I can't think of right now. Instead of them just giving money, they could have just paid everybody's way in Maui. They could have just fixed everything. They had plenty of cash. Between Oprah and The Rock had plenty of cash to help everybody out in Maui. But instead, they made a TikTok video asking people like me and you if we could donate our few doll hairs that we have and maybe not eat for a week and donate it all to Maui. Well, yeah, it's great because, you know, Maui needs help and, you know, we need stuff like that. But there's nothing like million billionaires, you know, that's in Biden math, asking poor people for money. Go ahead and donate when they could fix the problem themselves without even having to ask for donations. And so, and then you see him flip-flopping on Joe Rogan. He's like, oh, yeah, I got people that support Trump. I got people that support Biden. Joe Rogan's like, you got people that support Biden? I thought it was only dead people that did that. He's like, what I meant to say was blah, blah. Like, come on, man. You just flip-flop. That must be the theme of today, is celebrities flip-flopping, because it's like that keeps getting brought up today. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. The Rock is fake. He's fake. He's a fake dude. I mean, it's part of being a wrestler. You're playing a character, just like the movie stars and everything. You're playing a character, and you're going to play the part for whatever's going to get your character the most spotlight. And so, who knows, maybe The Rock's got a new movie coming out or something, so he's hanging out on Capitol Hill. So some conservatives and some liberals or whoever, blue team and red team, will go watch his new movie because everybody's talking about him being on Capitol Hill. And then without him going to Capitol Hill, red team and blue team will just talk politics about the movie and not really about him. This way, he gets the spotlight instead of whatever. This is just my assumption, because I highly doubt this late in the game that he's going to start campaigning for president. Kanye West started way early when he was on the ballot and all that stuff or whatever. So I don't think he's actually running. I think this is a grab for some spotlight. But would you guys vote for The Rock? Like, would you even vote for John Cena? What wrestler would you choose to be president? If I was going to choose a wrestler, it'd be like Stone Cold Steve Austin or something. And even then, he's probably flip-flopping as well. He's just been around a long time, and I don't think he's got enough wind in his sails to be flip-flopping too much. He's an older guy, so I don't know. But absolutely, I ain't voting for The Rock. I know that. Let's read through the chat really quick. I'm going to drop the link tree while we're doing it, because that is all the coffee I had for you hooligans today. On the link tree, all of my links are listed. So if you would like to make donations, join membership programs, purchase some hooligan merch, because we have new designs happening all the time now. I still got like 30-something designs in the chamber, ready to go, ready to release. Maybe next week or something we'll come out with a new design. But we have tons of designs on the merch store, all ready to go. Tons of different items and whatnot. So click on the link tree. Go ahead and contribute to the live if you would like to do so, keep us running, keep us going every day except for Sunday. What I do ask is that you go join Gilded. Gilded is free. Oh, I'm muted. Oh my God. Thank you guys for letting me know. Okay. God, I don't know how long I've been muted. Anyways, what I was saying is Sam saying if The Rock got elected, then the movie Idiocracy really has come true. And I agree. I agree. We're on that path. If I've recently seen Idiocracy, and it was shocking to me to see how close to that we are. Like, just moving into a world where everyone is so stupid that nobody knows what's going on and everyone's okay with it. The world's on fire. We don't know what we're going to do about it, but you know, at least everyone's having a good time. That's where we are. Like, we're right there. We're on the brink of that. So yeah, I totally agree, Sam. So whatever I may have said while I was muted, either way, I dropped the Linktree link to all of you hooligans. I don't know if you guys heard anything about that, but go down the list. All of my links are listed on the Linktree. If you would like to donate, join membership programs, or purchase merch, you are welcome to do that. We will have new merch designs coming soon because I have a lot in the chamber. I have like 35 or something designs just waiting to come out. So definitely go check out the merch store and all that stuff. All of your guys' donations and memberships and all of that stuff keeps us running every day except for Sunday because I gotta have a day to recharge those batteries. But I wouldn't be able to do any of this without you guys. But what I ask is that you join Gilded. Gilded is free and currently the best way to receive notifications for when and where we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7. We have a news board to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. You can access it from your desktop or from your phone by downloading the free app. So definitely join Gilded. And if you're feeling saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. If you use that link at the top of the link tree to join jeffmaclive.com, you'll get a free week to go check out all the cool stuff we have going on over there. We have a private social media area. We have a live streaming area with the best video player and the best chat across all platforms for many different reasons. And that alone, I think, is worth the membership. But like I said, we have our own private social media area. We have group chats. We have an advanced messaging system. You have the availability to upload anything and everything as far as digital content. You have an audio file of a senator being crazy. We got a place for you to upload it. You got a slideshow of images that you caught during a riot. We have a place for you to upload that. Like, we have anything and everything. It is the most advanced social media system or website that you've probably been on. We just need more people to go there. So take advantage of that link at the top of the link tree to get your free week to see all the cool stuff that we have going on over there, because I believe in March that's going to expire and I have no intentions of creating another coupon. I've given you guys a year to go and check out the website. I'm constantly updating it. So if you tried it a year ago, you might want to come try it again now, because a lot of problems we had back then are no longer with us. So definitely go check out the website, because once that link expires, the coupon's gone, it's gone. And the only way to check out the website after that is forfeit 10 doll hairs. And I think it's worthwhile, but if you want to see for free, click that link at the top of the link tree. I'm going to read through the chat really quick, and then we are going to do the Pledge of Allegiance and wrap this up. I believe we will be playing the game later today over on Kick, Jeff Mac Gaming, as well as jeffmaclive.com. We're going to be continuing on with Far Harbor. It is the last of the DLC for Fallout 4 that we're going to play, and then we're going to be moving on to Skyrim. So definitely go check that out if you want to spend a couple hours hanging out with us, just having fun and forgetting the troubles around us for a couple hours. It's a good way to recharge batteries and bonding with the hooligans and stuff like that. We had a full house last night, and I thought it was pretty fun. So if you'd like to come game with us, we'll be live 6 p.m. Eastern time. And the channels I just listed, if you want to hang out on Jeff Mac Gaming, you can find it at the bottom of the link tree. And then for anybody who doesn't give a shit about gaming, which is totally fine, I will see all of you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Let's see. Sam, the website is where to be. I agree. I think the website's awesome. I wish more people would check it out. I want to see the day where we got more people on the website than Gilded. Because I think what'll happen eventually, because I try to think in the future so I can be strategic with how we do things, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to keep all these things moving. Eventually, what I see is that we will develop a part of the website for people who can't afford the membership. So we'll have a free version of the site, and then we'll have a paid version of the site, and we'll close down Discord and we'll close down Gilded. We'll probably keep Telegram rolling just in case something happens. But I see that happening in the future. So right now we got Gilded. Is if you can't afford to go on the website, you can join Gilded and get a similar experience. The problem with Gilded is we have community guidelines, so you can't just do whatever you want on Gilded. And a lot of times people get hit, the mods have to go and correct somebody, and then people get mad and they have meltdowns, and they blame us for the community guidelines that are just on Gilded. They're not that strict, but they're strict enough to where you can't pull your tits out on Gilded. I don't want you doing that on the website, but they can't kick our tower over if you did. Like, they're not taking everything away from all of us because you broke community guidelines. That can happen on Gilded, and that's why we have to have mods over there. So it's up to you. It's up to you where you want to hang out, but I got places for everybody, and we are stronger while we are united. Tree Herder, I made Skyrim my bitch. I'm so excited to play Skyrim. I haven't played hardly nothing. I played like the creative character mode in the beginning, like the first 10 minutes of the game, and that's all I've played, and that was way back when I was playing 360 and stuff like that. So I am really excited to play Skyrim. I imagine by next week or so we'll probably be on Skyrim. It just depends how long it'll take us to get through Far Harbor. Let's see. My apologies about being muted, hooligans. Just the one time I don't look at my audio signals. At least I didn't go on a huge rant. Let's see. Reading through. Yeah, Christy Star, send me a message however you can, and we'll get your membership stuff figured out. I don't know why it didn't just go through. Thank you so much, Sam, for the $20 donation over on Rumble. I really appreciate you, Sam. Thank you so much for all your support. Sam's a badass, if you guys don't know. One reason to be a part of the website is to see Sam's badass skydiving videos and stuff. I watch all of them. Every time he uploads, I go and check it out. Sam is a badass, if you don't know. And he be hanging out on the website, so you should probably go to the website, just check out his cool shit. If I'm just not selling it for you, okay? Just reading through. Cheeseburger, I don't know any rocket scientists. If we have any hooligan rocket scientists, Cheeseburger needs some assistance. Yeah, Cheeseburger, I don't know anything about rocket propulsion and stuff. What's up to Rosa? Happy freedom. The Croc. I like that. I like that. Did you guys hear the Croc is running for president? What's up, God Rides a Harley? Happy freedom. We do love boobies. Yep. We don't discriminate over here. No. I don't know one person that doesn't like boobies. If they do, they're a commie. They're a commie. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Have you ever looked at a set of tits and not heard the eagles cry in your ear? It's just going off. You're like, America. I don't know. It's just how it goes. What's up, Angel of Death? Happy freedom. You guys just roasting me over being muted. You guys keep my skin thick. You just no hesitation. It was my fault. I deserve it. I did it to myself. Yeah, Snooks, I'm getting hungry too. I think I'm gonna make tacos, and I'm pretty excited about it. Sausage King, I like zipper tits. Don't bring that over here. Don't you do that. Nobody likes that, okay? Nobody's ever seen the Transformer come in and whip out their stuff they got going on up here and was like, oh yeah. Like, no, that's never happened. You're a liar, Sausage King. That's fake news. Nobody likes zipper tits. Come on, man. No way. It's like you could smell it. Somebody rip off a week-old Band-Aid in here? Like, why can you smell it? It's just, I don't know. I don't know. Tree herder, can you smell what the crock pot is cooking? It's bullshit. Every day. Anyways, hooligans, it's that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And I wasn't muted. Did it. Did the thing. Well, I'm going to read through the chat really quick. And then we're going to wrap this up. Like I said, we will be live 6 p.m. Eastern Time for gaming over on Kick. I almost said Kane. On Kick, Jeff Mac Gaming on YouTube, and jeffmaclive.com if you want to hang out with us while we play the game. Otherwise, I will see you hooligans tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Tomorrow's Freedom Friday, too, I believe. It is. It is. I love Freedom Friday. Oh, my goodness, Annette. I will have to wash my eyes with bleach. I don't want to see those hairy man boobies. You hooligans crack me up. Appreciate you being here, MU. Oh, I see, Girth. I had to read that like 6 times, but I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. It's like the croc without the R in it. Appreciate you being here, DeRosa. Thank you so much, Stern, for the bits over on Twitch. I really appreciate all the support. Thank you. Where's Mr. Beansy Beans today? Hope he's doing all right. Hey, thanks, Tom. Appreciate you being here. Advanced Basher, where do you have your music? Everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, everywhere where there's music. I think it's also on my YouTube channel. They keep moving it. Every time I get a strike, YouTube takes away my music note because I'm an official artist or whatever. So they take away my music note and then they separate all my music. And then after the 90 days, then they try and smash it all back together. And so it may be listed. If you go to my YouTube channel, like the homepage of it, if you scroll down, it shows like playlists and all that stuff. There should be a list of music. But you could also find it on Spotify and all of that stuff. And hopefully I'll have some new music coming out soon, because Donna Sparks helped me get FL Studio, and I do have a few beats already created. I haven't mixed and mastered them yet, but as soon as I do, then I'll release them. We'll add them onto the playlist for the live, and they'll also be available on Spotify and YouTube Music and all that stuff. I don't know the next time I'm going to release actual songs, because I don't even think that my kind of music is allowed on YouTube anymore. Like, my stuff is harsh. My lyrics are shock value lyrics, like offensive music. Not racist, it's nothing like that, but it's offensive. And so I don't know the next time I'm going to release a song. The only reason I haven't is because I've been doing all this political stuff, and I'm not a political rapper. I'm not Tom McDonald. I'm not going to make raps about politics. My music is harsh. It's hardcore. Violent and vulgar, I guess, could be a good way to describe the lyrics that I write. And you know how YouTube is. It's soft. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, I appreciate all of you hooligans being here. I will see you guys later today. If not later today for the gaming, I will see you tomorrow for the next Coffee with Hooligans. Big shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support. I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.